people, and welcome to the Counterfactual Stories YouTube channel. Today we will talk about controversy between Carlsen and Niemann. But before we start, don't forget to press subscribe button. So start from the beginning. During the Sinquefield Cup in September 2022, a controversy arose between chess grandmasters Magnus Carlsen, the current world champion, and Hans Niemann. Carlsen, after surprisingly losing in their matchup, dropped out of the tournament. Many interpreted his withdrawal as an insinuation of an accusation that Niemann cheated. In their next tournament meetup, Carlsen abruptly resigned after one move, perplexing observers again. It became the most serious scandal about cheating allegations for international chess in years and garnered significant attention in the news media worldwide. During the first tournament, Niemann gave a lengthy interview addressing the controversy, in which he admitted to cheating in online chess in the past, but denied cheating in the game with Carlsen or in any over-the-board game. 3 weeks later, Carlsen released a statement saying that Niemann's behavior during the Sinquefield Cup game had convinced him to withdraw from the tournament. He accused Niemann of having cheated more often and more recently than he had admitted, and stated he would not play chess with him in the future. Chess.com removed Niemann from their platform immediately after Carlsen's withdrawal from Sinquefield Cup. FIDE rebuked Carlsen for his action and acknowledged his concerns of cheating in chess. FIDE later announced an investigation into Carlsen's claims of alleged cheating and Niemann's response. Chess.com later released an interim report which extensively detailed Niemann's prolific online cheating on their platform. Many chess players and journalists commented on this issue, some of them supporting Carlsen's suspicions and in one way or another, others criticizing him for his tournament withdrawal and his allegations without evidence, partly also expressing their belief in Niemann's innocence. Commentators from both sides expressed their desire for strict and consistent cheating controls in chess tournaments. Magnus Carlsen, the world number 1 rated player at the time, participated as a wild card in 2022 Sinquefield Cup of the Grand Chess Tour 2022. This came 2 months after he officially announced he would not defend his World Chess Championship title against Ian Nepomniachtchi, while affirming his desire to participate in tournaments and continue playing professional chess. Entering the tournament, Carlsen had a 53-game unbeaten streak in classical over-the-board tournaments. Entering the tournament, Hans Niemann stood in the top 10 of the world's juniors in chess and top 50 overall. Over the previous 3 years, he had played a large number of games, and his Elo rating has risen swiftly, with 350 points gained in 4 years and a jump from the 2050 to 2060 in only 3 months. This rapid rise had attracted attention from commentators. As he mentioned in an interview during the tournament, he had previously had 2 accounts on chess.com banned for cheating in online games, in 2016 and in 2020. Niemann had previously beaten Carlsen in an online game at the FFTX Crypto Cup several weeks prior. Niemann boasted chess speaks for itself in an interview after the game, but would go on the loss to successive 3 games of the mini-match. On September 4th, in the 3rd round of the 2022 edition of the Sinquefield Cup, Carlsen lost to Niemann in the over-the-board game. Niemann defeated Carlsen with the black pieces playing the Nimzo-Indian Defence. Niemann's live rating surpassed 2,700 for the first time with this win. State described the result as a shocking upset for Carlsen, ending his 53-game unbeaten streak to a player for lower rated and in a game where he had the white pieces, which gives him first move advantage. Carlsen withdrew from the tournament the following day tweeting a simple announcement of his withdrawal alongside a video of Jose Mourinho saying, "I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I'm in a big trouble." Carlsen withdrawal did not formally allege that Niemann had cheated, but the broader community saw his tweet as heavily insinuating an accusation. Sorry for this. This was the first time in Carlsen's career to withdraw from the major event in progress, and the incident was considered to be virtually unprecedented. In top-level chess, of course. Former world champion Garry Kasparov said that Carlsen's withdrawal from the tournament had no precedent in the past 50 years, and called on Carlsen, who had refrained from comment, to explain his decision. Rampant speculation about the reasoning behind Carlsen's withdrawal on social media fueled the growing controversy. On September 19, Carlsen resigned an online game against Niemann after having only played one move. The game took place on the Chess24 platform, with the candidates appearing on camera over Microsoft Teams. During round 6 of the Julius Baer Generation Cup, a section of the Champions Chess Tour 2022. The game began with the Indian Defence, d4 and f6, and after Niemann played c4, Carlsen resigned the game and switched off his webcam. The resignation of the game prompted confusion and surprise from commentators Tanya Sachev and Petr Leko. GM Maurice Ashley tweeted, "This is a shocking and disturbing, and no one can be happy that this is happening in the chess world. Unbelievable." On September 21, after the end of the preliminary rounds of the tournament, Carlsen responded as follows to a question from the Chess24's broadcast of why he forfeited. "Unfortunately, I cannot particularly speak on that, but people can draw their own conclusions, and they certainly have. I have to say I'm very impressed by Niemann's play, and I think his mentor Maxim Dlugy must be doing a great job." Carlsen brought to light past accusation against Dlugy, a former coach of Niemann, for cheating on chess.com. On September 25th, Carlsen won the tournament after defeating Arion Erigassi in the second final match. In his last tournament interview with Chess24, Carlsen said he would provide a statement on the controversy within days. Carlsen added that he generally wants cheating in chess to be dealt with seriously, and it would not be the last time he would address the topic. In an interview with TV2 chess broadcast, Carlsen said he would probably post a statement on social media and that there were limits on what he could say. He did not state if those limits were for legal reasons. Carlsen stated that he wanted more focus on fair play in chess. "It has always been a code of honor in the game at the top level that you trust each other. You know it is possible to cheat and probably not get caught, but it is so totally devastating to be caught, so then you trust that the intensities are not big enough for the best to cheat. It may feel like the time is ripe to change that point of view." Grandmaster and streamer Hikaru Nakamura said he believed Carlsen had likely suspected Niemann of cheating, claiming that Niemann had previously been banned from chess.com for cheating in online chess games. Levon Aronian, a grandmaster who was playing in the tournament, defended Niemann, stating that most high-level players are pretty much paranoid and that young players often draw accusation of cheating after strong play. Later on, however, Aronian stated that he really didn't know much about a lot of things and now finds himself somewhere in the middle. He added, "I do believe Hans has not been the cleanest person when it comes to online chess." In an interview on September 6th in 2022, Niemann denied having cheated during the Sinquefield Cup and accused Carlsen, Nakamura and Chess.com of attempting to ruin his career. He admitted that he had previously cheated in Chess.com, once when he was 12 years old during an online tournament and then when he was 16 years old in unrated online games. He maintained that he never cheated in an over-the-board game. In response to unsubstantial speculation alleging the involvement of a concealed device during the Sinquefield Cup, he offered to play in a closed environment without electronic connections and said, "If they want me to strip fully naked, I will do it," to disprove any allegations of cheating. 20 days later, Carlsen posted his official statement regarding the controversy on Twitter. Carlsen confirmed that he had considered withdrawing from the Sinquefield Cup due to Niemann's last-minute inclusion. Carlsen stated that he believed that Niemann cheated more often and recently than he had publicly admitted, and that Niemann's behavior during the Sinquefield Cup game had convinced him to withdraw from the tournament. He stated that he was limited in what he could openly say without explicit permissions from Niemann, and that he would not play chess with Niemann in the future. The controversy has been described as the most serious cheating scandal for international chess since the Toiletgate incident in the World Chess Championship 2006 and become a top story in the news media worldwide. It has garnered significant attention from outside of the chess community, including an American late-night talk show, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. The executive director of the St. Louis Chess Club, host of the Sinquefield Cup, Tony Rich, said in the statement that a player's decision to withdraw from the tournament is a personal decision and we respect Magnus' choice. Rich later elaborated that no formal complaint was made in writing. Later in the tournament, chief arbiter Chris Bird published a statement affirming that there was no indication that any player has been playing unfairly during the Sinquefield Cup. Bird's statement did not address the reason to add additional security measures after Carlsen withdrawal. Even so, the organizers increased measures of metal detection on the players and introduced a 15-minute broadcast delay for the next round of the tournament. After the event, GM Ian Nepomniachtchi commented that he had asked the St. Louis organizers for additional anti-cheating measures once he heard Niemann would be playing in the event. GM Fabiano Caruana mentioned that Carlsen was already upset about Niemann's inclusion and had considered leaving before the tournament began. This was later confirmed by Carlsen in a statement released on September 26. Many members of the chess community expressed their views after Carlsen released his statement. Some who expressed their support for Carlsen were Nakamura, Roman Eduard, Ramesh Srinatharayanan, and Andrew Tang, who praised him for talking a principled stance and forcing a public discussion on cheating in chess. Others were more critical of Carlsen's handling of the matter. Maurice Ashley, Daniel King, and Ben Feingold questioned his need for Niemann's permission if he did have evidence, and criticized him for dropping insinuations without providing any evidence. Raymond Keane stated that Niemann could seek legal counsel, citing Nona Gapriandashvili Netflix defamation case. Sergei Karyakin criticized current anti-cheat measures but maintained that no proof so far had been established against Niemann. He said he understood Carlsen's frustration, but that leaving the Sinquefield Cup was unacceptable without any evidence of Niemann cheating. Many called on FIDE to investigate the controversy. Nakamura and Daniel Norotitsky commented that there should be clear agreements among online platforms and FIDE on the subject of cheating. Leonard Barden, the Guardian's chess columnist, asked FIDE to act. Nigel Davis criticized Carlsen for not releasing evidence and called for the FIDE Ethics Commission to step in. In Niemann's September 6 interview, Niemann claimed that Chess.com has suspended him again from the site and their events in light of the controversy. Chess.com chief chess officer Daniel Ranch, in a statement on Twitter, disputed Niemann's assertion and affirmed that Niemann would remain suspended pending an explanation of his past online cheating. In Reddit posts, Chess.com CEO Eric Alebest hinted that more information might be released. On September 25, Ranch addressed Reddit rumors that the platform had shared a list of cheaters with Carlsen. Chess.com is currently set to acquire the company Play Magnus Group, which was founded by Carlsen and its subsidiary Chess24. Ranch stated that Carlsen was not given such a list or any inside information about Chess.com cheating detection algorithm. On September 28, Chess.com provided Vice with internal communications between their staff and Maxim Dlugy, a former coach of Niemann. The shared emails revealed that Dlugy has been banned from chess.com in 2017 and 2020 for cheating in their online tournaments. Dlugy has confessed to repeatedly crowdsourcing moves from his chess academy and using an outside source. In a statement to Vice, Dlugy criticized Carlsen for implying his involvement in the controversy and asserted he would consider legal action against him. On September 29, Alebest stated on Reddit that chess.com was investigating Niemann's cheating with a complete timeline and all of the facts and reasons for their decisions. On October 1st, Ranch announced that chess.com would publish their findings in the following week. On October 4, the Wall Street Journal obtained Chess.com report, which Chess.com officially published on the same day. The 72-page report claims to give extensive details into Niemann's cheating on their platform. It alleges that Niemann had likely cheated in more than 100 online games, including prize money events and when he was live streaming. He is supposed to have cheated against multiple top players, including Daniel Naroditsky, Krikor Mkhitaryan, David Parayan, Ian Nepomniachtchi, and Benjamin Bock. The report concludes that he has likely cheated online as recently as 2020, when he was 17 years old at the time, which contradicted with his statement during the Sinquefield Cup interview. Niemann had privately confessed to the allegations to Ranch and was banned from the platform. Ranch in the report stated that chess.com had strong evidence of Niemann toggling to a different screen during moves. The report did not have conclusions on Niemann's over-the-board performance, stating that in our view there is a lack of concrete statistical evidence that he cheated in his game with Magnus or in any other over-the-board in-person game. But it labeled several of Niemann's events as meeting further investigation based on data. The report also detailed Carlsen's surprise of losing his OTB over the board game to Niemann. The report noted that Carlsen had no conversation with chess.com regarding their anti-cheating policies. Ken Regan, an associate professor at the University of Buffalo, developed FIDE's anti-cheating system. Regan's statistical analysis of Niemann's games since 2020, including the Sinquefield Cup game between Carlsen and Niemann, at the request of Sinquefield Cup organizers, saw no evidence of cheating. However, some members of the chess community have questioned the ability of Regan's model to detect a top chess player who cheats sparingly to avoid detection. Emil Sutovsky, the Director General of FIDE, the International Chess Federation, noted that Carlsen had not previously quit a tournament due to the poor result and thus obtained that Carlsen must believe he has a compelling reason to do so. He emphasized that needs to follow anti-cheating procedures. On September 23, FIDE President Arkady Dvorkovich released a statement on behalf of FIDE. Dvorkovich criticized Carlsen for his action and mentioned the moral responsibility attached to his status, claiming that there were better ways to handle this situation. Dvorkovich stated that FIDE has invested in forming a group of specialists to devise sophisticated preventive measures against cheating that already apply at the top FIDE events, and that FIDE calls for reinforcing the cooperation between major online platforms, private events, and top players. Dvorkovich announced that FIDE would task its Fair Play Commission to investigate the incident when the adequate initial proof is provided. On September 29th, FIDE announced in a statement that they had officially launched an investigation into the controversy. FIDE's Fair Play Commission will form a panel out of 3 of its 12 members with the possibility to consult with external expert analysis. Klaus Deventer, an FPL member, told the team online that the investigation would examine whether there were enough facts to justify an allegation of cheating against Niemann, and whether Carlsen made a false accusation. Deventer stated that FIDE Ethics and Disciplinary Committee could issue sanctions to either player, including game bans. On September 25, French FIDE master José Iglesias published a video claiming that, according to an analysis with the Let's Check tool, Niemann has an unusually high number of perfect games with a 100 engine correlation. This analysis was cited as evidence against Niemann by Nakamura and by the New York Times. Chess master and data scientist Nate Solon pointed out that chess-based documentation explicitly describes the tool not to be suitable for cheat detection. He concluded his own analysis with over the past 3 years, Niemann's play has been substantially less accurate than Carlsen's, and comparable to other young players who have made big rating jumps in the same period. And the analysis currently being used to implicate him doesn't hold up. I hope that you now are more familiar with this situation. I hope you liked this episode. Don't forget to press subscribe button and see you very soon. Bye.